Hello, welcome, this is Varomix, and today we're gonna see how to install Houdini on Linux. Alright, so some people sometimes ask me like, how do you do this in Houdini? I mean on Linux, how do you do this and that? So I was getting ready to update Houdini and I said, well, I'm gonna just record this process, which is gonna be quite simple. Alright, so for installing Houdini for Linux, you go to side effects, you have to log in, you have to create an account to get Houdini. You go here to this section, get, and then download. You can just go there. Oh, that's at least how I do it. And then I don't use the launcher. If you want to use launcher, go ahead, but I don't use it. I use the old installer. And in this case, if I'm just going to use the production build, I just click download installer and it's just going to give me the as you can see by the penguin there, it's going to give me the Linux version of Houdini here. If you want to use like daily builds, which I sometimes do, you can click this button. I just open this here, another in another tab here, and you can get the latest build from there that you want, right? Okay, so in my case, I'm gonna get this one, this installer, and I already have it downloaded here. So I get this tar gc file. So this tar file, we need to extract it. Here I am using, just so you know, I am using Pop OS. This is Pop OS 20.04. I haven't upgraded to 22. Well, which is the latest? I think it's 22. This machine is working fine right now. I don't want to update it, but it should work fine if you are on latest versions of Linux. This distribution specifically is based on Ubuntu, so any other distribution that is based on Ubuntu is going to be working exactly the same. Actually, mostly every single distribution is going to be able to work exactly the same because Houdini has a really universal installer. Really, it doesn't have like a specific installer for each distribution. As you can see in the installer here, it's basically a one shell command that just installs on any version of Linux. So you don't have to get it like for Fedora or whatever. It's just the same installer is going to work everywhere. So now that we have this guy, let me close this window. We don't need it. Now we have this guy. How do we can here in Pop, you could just extract it with right clicking it. I'm not going to do that because what I like do is just open a terminal. In this case, I have my terminal here. And what I do, I just go to wherever I downloaded this, download Houdini install. Just know that I have that there, and then here if I type ls to list, I have that file here. We could do it from here, just so we have a universal way to do it, because in some distributions you're not going to be able to just right click and extract. This is what I do most of the time, but just so this is a little bit more universal, I'm gonna do it like with this. The tar command is how you extract the command. These flags, if you want to learn more about them, you could just say type tar and then help. You can learn more about the commands. I'm not gonna explain every single command, but I always just do X, V, and F for X is for extract, B is for verbose, I think. Let's find that. Verbose, where are you? Option. Here, no, that's uppercase V. Maybe I'm wrong with the V. No, here it is for verbose, just so we have information about what's happening. And F is for file. So you can see more options here if you need more options, but that's file archive. That's what I do. Let me just clear this. So I just do tar xvf and then the name of the file. In this case is the Houdini. Just type the first letters and press tab, and it will autocomplete that. And then you just do that. It's gonna start expanding the file, and then you can see some output here, which is what the B part of this does. It's just showing you the progress here, what's happening. It's taking a while for some reason. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So it's extracting everything, and let's see, let's list it again what we have. And now we have a folder, which is, this is the folder now. So we're gonna navigate to that with CD for changing directory. Now we're inside that folder. Let me just clear so we have and then if we list, there's everything on the content of that folder, right? So if we go here to the Explorer, you can see it just have this folder, and this is the content of it. This is exactly what we're looking at here. And the only thing you need to do here, I always install this as a super user, so I just do sudo, which is in Ubuntu, that's how you, or Debian based programs. Is it the same in all Linux distributions? I think it is. It's the same. Yeah, sudo. Sometimes you need to go to SU and then go to super user, but in most Linux distributions, just sudo, and then we're gonna run this script, which is the Houdini install script here, and we run it with this /. So that's how we're gonna run that. That's basically what you do. Basically, we're gonna install it as an administrator or super user. So it goes into the OPT folder. So now it's asking me for my password. Type my password, and then goes to this text-based installation, and you can see we see the license, and it's asking me for more, which is I can go press enter for more, or I can just press Q to go basically to the next prompt, and then at the bottom say, do you agree with the license terms? And I'm just gonna say yes. And then here's where you have options to install things in Houdini. My text is maybe a little bit too big, but you can see here's the installation. And then to do this, you just have to type the numbers that you want to change. Like for example, Houdini, yes, it's gonna install it. Desktop menus for Houdini, yes. I do want this symlink at this location, so I'm gonna press 3 and enter, and then now you can see that it's available, or it's gonna do it. I also want to do here the side effects labs tools. I always recommend you install this. I mean, I don't know why this is not the default to yes or defaulted to yes, but it should really. So let's type my favorite number 7 and then enter. And then I don't use Maya or Unity or Unreal on Linux or this client server, so I'm not gonna install any of that. And it tells you here where it's gonna install it. OPT, it's the default location, and then the version of Houdini. If you want to change that, you can press D and then change that path. When you're ready, when you're done with your options, you just press type F, finish selection, proceed to the next step, or quit if you don't want to do any of this. So just press F, or just enter, basically, because this thing is the default value here. Basically, it's saying if you just press enter, I'm gonna go do F, but I'm just press F and say, okay, cool. Now it's gonna install stuff. It's gonna say that it's gonna do this and that. Since I already have other installations here, it's gonna be overriding some things. So I'm gonna say yes, and it's gonna start installing Houdini. And that's basically it. The licensing is gonna be exactly the same as any other system. So the only different part is it's basically this part of the installation. If you want to use the launcher, it's a nice graphical way to get the application, install it, updates. It's nice, but I had some issues with it, so I'm not using it. But if it's easier for you, you should try it and use it. Or if you're using it on another application, on another system, on Windows or Mac, and it works for you, it should work exactly the same on Linux. So this is how I install my Houdini, and once this is installed, it's just a matter of running it, and it's gonna run exactly the same. Installing your license, and that's gonna be it basically. All right. Hopefully this was useful to you. If you're wondering how I install Houdini, or you're trying to install it in this way, I wish you the best on your Houdini journey, and I will see you next time.